YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in his new building. You can see I've got a wall behind me ready to throw up a green screen so we can really get the ball rolling on some nice new fresh content. But still getting set up. We have officially relocated the Buddha headquarters. And while we're getting set up, while I'm still working on getting some things finished, I wanted to at least get some kind of video out there because video posting has been so sporadic and all over the place. I don't want to leave you guys hanging to dry with nothing. So I figured we can knock out a quick video because we did get a tiny little news update this morning. And there are just a couple things that I would like to address with it. Mainly a question with the new Ultra DOH Festival banner that you can see right there. And something regarding a returning event that's going to be very important for new players to take advantage of. So let's get into it. Thank you for playing Last Cloudia. As always, maintenance is going to happen tonight at 12 a.m. Pacific time. So right on reset as soon as tomorrow starts on the West Coast. Maintenance details, we're getting gacha updates, event updates, shop updates, and other updates. So let's start with the gacha updates. Yes, for everyone who is wondering, this is bait, it is trap, and it is not worth it. I don't care who you are. As great as DB Ray and Alice used to be, well, they still are, right? They got their 5-star mini buffs, is what I call them. They did get their buffs recently, nothing too crazy, and they're literally two characters that I promoted to re-roll for in the beginner's guide. You got to remember that beginner's guide was made almost 7 months ago now. I'm getting ahead of myself. Not 7 months, but 5 months ago, and it's already pretty outdated, at least in terms of the emphasis on those characters. While a new player starting out with DB Ray or Alice OG, you're going to be just fine because content doesn't necessarily need the best characters out at the moment. This is not something that you want to be summoning for or on right before the anniversary banner. I did actually talk with some people in the Buddha gang, and I was thinking back at least upon my anniversaries and celebrations, specifically the 2-year Annie is what was the most recent big celebration for me. And that introduced Shift Kyle, who, like, to me, I would have advised people to skip him knowing what I know now if I knew it back then. So to that point, in my eyes, the anniversaries don't necessarily, they're not guaranteed to introduce something game-changing or game-breaking. Even Kagutsuchi, as good as it is, and yes, you can get the AER, the God Blade, Fire Sword, it's not like super meta where like Trishula changes your gaming experience. The blade doesn't do that. It just makes your Roy hit harder and smack harder than he would otherwise, which again is nothing that's like bringing an account to a new level of performance. So I mean, I think now I can safely say that if you want to be saving for the most impressive characters and new features added to the game, I think it's honestly just collabs. Collabs are where they give you the best stuff, the most meta things during that time, with that exception of Luxeus. Like, Luxeus was just part of a random, huge celebration update. It wasn't like an anniversary, it wasn't any kind of special event, it was just a random celebration that I feel like they placed because they updated the game. And that brought Luxeus, who was an extremely game-changing character. So honestly, like, collabs and then random events are where we have seen the most game-breaking things come in the past, I'd say, 6 months. So keep that in mind. Like, just because something's dropping on the on this 2.5-year anniversary doesn't mean it's going to be the current best thing ever. Shift Kyle was not far superior than things released before him and during that 2-year Annie. So all factors to consider. We'll see what they drop, but I can safely say that this is a super trap, easy skip. Solaris, it's good. It's It's not necessary. There's nothing on it that is going to change your overall account experience. Very long answer to someone asking me, is this Ultra DOH Festival banner worth it? Definitely not. Easy skip, bait before the ante. Let's move on. We are getting the second half of the event updates going on, which will introduce other quests, more mission rewards for us to complete, extra challenges, probably the second guaranteed ether farm that gives you 2% on arcs rather than 1% that we have currently, even though the 1% is a godsend. I've already maxed out 4 arc ethers since this event came out, so I'm absolutely loving this event while it's here. And then rewards, we're going to get probably another piece of equipment that I can't recall off the top of my head, but very minimal and expected updates to this event that we're getting. Now, what is a surprise, and what I mentioned in the beginning of this video, new players need to take advantage of what makes a smile, especially advocates of Trishula. If you've bought into the cult of Trishula owners, you made sure you got Caldina, you maxed out the Arc Ether reward, and you want to get your Trishula to plus 40 very quickly and very easily and very cheaply, this is the event to do it. You can see a couple lines down below. Target equipment, Covert Gun Trishula. This is available to be enhanced via Event Alchemy with Alchemagites, which you grind. The thing about Event Alchemy and what makes it so great is that it's a 100% guaranteed success rate, and it only requires whatever event material that they're allowing you to farm at that time. So this is how I got my Trishula maxed out extremely early in my account age, because this event came around when I first started, when Shift Lilibet dropped. And they allowed you to upgrade Covert Gun Trishula plus 40 with these Alchemagites back then. They're bringing it back. So for all of those who weren't around, what was that, 7 months ago, now you have the chance to easily get that extra 40 attack on your Trishula. Is that going to change your Trishula's performance and make it super broken? No, not at all. But getting that attack stat closer to 200 is always nice, and it's going to help those who are a bit OCD like me and want to have their good equipment maxed out to its best potential. So these other weapons are also available. I hardly ever use any of these, so just go try and acquire them if you want, but the main goal is Trishula. Right here it gives you a list of the event units that get bonuses during this time that it's here, so take advantage of that if you have them in your roster. And last but not least, we got a little update in the shop, nothing that I even care about, so I'm not going to read it. And that was it. So again, like I said, very small, very quick update, but wanted to point out my thoughts on the Ultra DOH banner for new players coming into the game, and take advantage of upgrading your Trishula very easily with what makes a smile event. And guys, your boy Buddha still setting up. Like I said, I want to get a nice green screen behind me, whether it's a legit one or just a green sheet stapled onto the wall behind me, recommended by Crypt. Probably what I will do for budget's sake. I'm planning on making some nice changes to the channel, get back in a rhythm, and I think there are going to be a lot of changes, not only with our setup, but with content. Still things that I am slowly thinking about, slowly processing, but your boy Buddha's getting real tired of gacha games and the gacha structure. It just is too fueled by greedy, money-hungry plays. I think at the end of the day, that's just what happens. It seems to be a very common pattern with these gacha games, where they start off really good, even if their gameplay is solid. We just see so many updates that feel fueled by what kind of money grabs can the company be doing. Very general statement to how I feel about it all, but in the meantime, while I'm thinking, while I'm processing, you know, your Buddha's got a slow processor up here, we will be covering Last Cloudy, because I do enjoy the game, and I know you guys want to see some content from your boy until we figure out a new path to go down. I appreciate all of you who are sticking with me through the ups and downs of the trials of life currently, and I hope y'all are doing great. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I answered any questions. If you are looking for some thoughts and opinions of someone who's been playing for a little longer than yourself, and that's all I got for for you this time, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and turn on all notifications if you want to make sure and know when I post immediately. And you won't be out of the loop in case of emergency. With that being said, y'all know what we say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.